On the left hand side we can see a museum. It's called Luxor Museum. This museum, it was built in 1977. You know, when they discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun in 1922, they found lots of objects. Most of these objects it's kept now in Egyptian Museum in Cairo, and some of them they keeping now here in Luxor Museum. In the city of Luxor we have two museums, one called the Luxor Museum and the other one called the Mummification Museum. Mummification Museum is the only mummification museum in the whole world. We are now in a street that's called Coronation Street, and this is the most important street in Luxor City. My dear friends, here at the east bank of Luxor we have Karnak Temple and Luxor temples. So temples mainly at the east bank of Luxor because during the New Kingdom time they found the sun rise from the east, so they built the temples on the east. It means life, and they dig their tombs at the west bank of Luxor because they found sunset in the west, so sunset it means death or afterlife. On the right hand side you can see the Mummification Museum. This is the only mummification museum in the whole world. There is a bridge here in Luxor, but the bridge around 8 kilos south of the city. So this is why they have the ferry boat on the right hand side, and the people can go to the other side by the ferry boat. But tomorrow we are going to drive from our boat to the west bank of Luxor. So we are going to cross by the bridge. The bridge of Luxor is the only bridge here, which it was built in 1997. On the left hand side you can see the big and beautiful temple. It's called the Luxor Temple. Then the old winter palace on the left hand side with the old design or old style. Agatha Christie, she stayed here in this hotel. The city of Luxor in ancient time was called Wasit, which it means power or symbol of scepter. Later on, when the Greek people came to Egypt in 332 BC, they called this city Thebes. Thebes. Later on, when the Arab people came to Egypt, they found Luxor Temple and they found Karnak temples. They thought that these temples were used as palaces, so they called the city of palaces. Okay, so palaces, it means in Arabic Luxor or Al-Aqsar. Okay, so Al-Aqsar, it's an Arabic word which it means in English palaces. This is the meaning of this city, and this is why we until now we call it Luxor or Al-Aqsar. In Luxor City, mainly we are talking about the New Kingdom time. The New Kingdom time, it started when a king, his name Ahmose, he prepared a big army and he expelled the Hyksos out of Egypt. He started establishing a new dynasty and a new kingdom. The new dynasty called 18th dynasty, and the kingdom is called the New Kingdom. They started at this time building temples at this bank of the Nile and their tombs at the west bank of the other side.